I just think in general, if you have a strong cult that doesn't really have violence in the cult, it's probably going to be a safe area. Like,
Yeah. All right, honest answer. It doesn't have to be about you this time. I hope you're okay with that. Do you guys believe that Christians?
we're going to talk some shit.
Do you believe that? I guess like however you put the statistics on this. Do you believe that Christians are statistically better people?
I just want to say that I realize that the American Christians are completely different from European ones.
Oh, explain the difference.
American
Me on game.
American Protestantism is freaking crazy house shit. I realize. Like I didn't know about like that much about like Catholicism and Orthodox, and then like they're super structured, and then like they don't fucking break out into dance and then like start feeling the Holy Ghost and shit. And
Speaking in tongues.
no, I mean like they have their own style of worship, but it's like super. There's like ancient methods, and then they just have like this thing where American style is like I never questioned it, but I was like, yeah, you know, it is weird. Like we just have a fucking strip mall, and all of a sudden there's a church next to like 7-Eleven, and then like and then some pastors just doing some motivational speech, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but it doesn't feel like a real like religion. Like when you go to Asia and you go to Buddhist temple, it's so beautiful. And then like when you see like some of these cathedrals in Europe, it's like ancient, right? And then it's just like it's clean and like
Small ones in the little neighborhoods on the side streets. That's not a tourist attraction.
Iglesia ones?
Yeah, and it's still just like something that we would be like, wow, amazing. So us tourists will take photos of a regular ass church over there.
yeah, but we have like it looks like a concert gymnasium, and it looks very like capitalist. Like it's like you have a band and you just have hella money and it's a concert, and then I'm like, I don't know, man. Like to me, it just seems more like a show and entertainment and like moneymaker. And the other one seems like an ancient religion of like, you know what I mean? Like,
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Moneymaker.
yeah, that too. The Vatican is pretty heavy on money.
Because those are making more money. Not more than the Mormons, but
Yeah. But you know what? You know what I think it is like there's just too many here where it's hard to be like this is one group.
yeah.
Like at least over there you got Catholics, you got Church of England, you got Orthodox, right? But you don't got like 1,000 different kind of Christians that are all battling it out.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think anyone who aims to be good people are pretty good people. We're all gonna fall short of it, but like at least in the very basic foundation of like, or even the stereotype of what it is to be Christian, it's like the basis is still like really good intent.
Yeah.
You know, the whole like the love thy neighbor type stuff, the thou shalt not steal type stuff, and the commandments.
The aim is good, right?
Yeah, like
Do you feel like as a person, when you meet somebody, right, and you haven't yet been able to suss out whether you trust them or not, does them saying or revealing that they're Christian, does that move the needle more into the can trust easier side, or is it a red flag?
action and lifestyle definitely not their word, right? So like
Okay.
you would always be running into fools that are like tatted up, doing gang shit, crazy nonsense, drugs, talking wild stuff, banging girls everywhere, and wearing the cross and going to church every Sunday still.
Yeah, for sure.
And being like, I'm a Christian, right? Or like, oh, my mama, like, praise God for this and that. And it's like, it's different than somebody that you get to know and is like a cool person. And then you ask them, they're oh, I'm a Christian. Like they were never flashy about it either. So I think action and lifestyle over like the statement.
Okay.
I think because I grew up Christian, when I hear someone is Christian, there's this level of safety of like I get where you're coming from. Like I know your rules. I know your culture.
Right.
So like there's a little bit of me of comfort because like I have Muslim friends, but I never worshipped or understood the religion. So there's a small part of me that's like I don't really know what your like stance is in the world.
Or how you see me or how you see my family.
Yeah. But then I also think it's naive to think that if someone is atheist, they don't have morals.
Right.
So like it's a tricky one, man. Like I never really thought about if I trust someone more if they say they're Christian.
Well, how about this? I know that's at the molecular, like individual level, but let's say you were going to move towns. Would you assume that a town that was more predominantly Christian would be safer to live than one that wasn't? Because statistically, some of the more safer towns kind of are, right?
Yeah, like Salt Lake City.
I don't know how safe it is, but yeah.
I know, but like it feels like a high trust community.
Yeah.
Like compared to like a Salt Lake City compared to like San Jose.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
like,
Right.
they probably got the same population quantity. Like I'm just assuming. But when I go to Salt Lake City, like even if it's a facade, like I feel like Mormon communities, I'm not Mormon, but they keep a pretty good kind of level of safety and high society, like high trust society.
So is it fair to say there's a correlative between cities that achieve high trust, generally good safety, and like religion in a way?
Yeah.
Kind of like Loma Linda.
You're right. Yeah. I was thinking Loma Linda.
Because that's Seventh-day Adventist. Loma Linda is like pretty much predominantly SDA, and they're pretty good with, you know,
And they live long.
and they have really long lives. They seem pretty
Crime rate is really
Crime
low.
rate's low, yeah.
I just think in general, if you have a strong cult that doesn't really have violence in the cult, it's probably going to be a safe area.
Yeah.
Because I think it's more beyond religion. I think it has to be the same culture and the same community because that's what keeps people honest.
Yeah.
Like Japan's actually an atheist country.
Right.
But it's one of the safest countries.
That's true, yeah.
So like the morals, I would say.
But it's also one of the most non-diverse, right?
Or they just do their
That's why.
crimes outside of their community.
Oh, like when they have conquests?
You know what I mean? Yeah, like that's hard to say because number one, if I love thy neighbor, right, then yeah, it's my neighbor, but the person who's not my neighbor is not my neighbor.
Okay.
So like I'll be willing to go to whether it be a conquest back in the day and being like, I need to purge this land for the sake of Jesus, that version of a Christian, or even today, like you commit the crime that your societies commit a certain type of crime. If you're in like a lower class society, certain types of crime, petty crime happens there. If you're in a higher class of society,
Financial
version of crime is happening there. So I don't think it has. Sure, if we're talking safety on like a very street level Christian, then sure, I think we can associate maybe like, oh, it's a little bit of a safer space. But I think like
fraud or whatever can be. Yeah.
it's not necessarily just like that.
I guess like the number one thing is I guess livable crime. Like I think
Sure.
low IQ crimes are what nobody wants to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Like crimes where they just kill you against any logic or reason.
Sure. Yeah.
That's probably not the best. And then but then like how do you find those? Are they related at all to religion? Because I guess like we reached a point I feel like in society a little bit where we sort of but like there was sentiment that like, oh, these people that just follow religion blindly have to be the lowest IQ people, like to not think for themselves and beyond that. But then yet the lowest IQ crimes not necessarily are like connected to that. So it's kind of strange in that way.
I mean, like I said at the beginning, with anybody who has an intention to like live a good lifestyle or be good,
Yeah.
then I'm okay with that. So if we're talking about like, hey, that's a predominantly Christian neighborhood, then I'm like, okay, in general, with that statement, everybody's trying to be good.
That's how I feel too. I think from my opinion is that however many reasons you have to not do something bad, I want to live around you if you have the most. Like whatever guilt sources you have where you're like, I don't want to steal or kill you because of X, Y, and Z. The longer that alphabet, the safer you'll be.
Exactly.
They're high Christian population communities that challenge that like safe neighborhood. Because like I could think about like in the Middle East, right? There might be like Muslim predominant countries that have like high violence and crime rate.
Yeah.
Or like even in Southeast Asia, there might be areas that are non like Buddhist or whatever. But like it's like oh yeah, but they have a lot of violence there.
And it's still probably just a class thing.
I think it's very known that like Muslim countries are going to have more violence. I mean, that's Otherwise, you'd see more Christians moving to Muslim countries.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, is there an example of a predominantly Christian neighborhood or country that's just like fucked up? Because that's what I'm wondering. Like,
That's a good question. Yeah.
Isn't America a predominantly Christian country?
nah, not really. Not anymore. Not anymore. But I guess my example would be like the Amish. Like that's their lifestyle is around the
Yeah.
the religion, right? But like it's safe, they have good communities. Maybe there's crimes happening, I don't know, but like I would probably feel safer there than the city I grew up in.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So like if I was in their community, I feel like I probably could fall asleep like on a farm outside and nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, probably.
Walk around. Women could probably walk around.
Mhm.
Like no one's gonna hassle you.
Unless an outsider gets in and fucks you up.
And I think, yeah, it's a high trust society, right? So like,
I guess high trust society would be the key.
yeah,
Like, is that easier to achieve with certain religions, or at least with Christianity? Is it a faster road to having more in common? You know?
I just don't know an example where it went south,
Yeah.
or maybe it did. It's just a different time in history. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I think that's the funny part about it. I guess like the whole reason I wanted to talk about it is like at the molecular, like solo level, when it's like you to a Christian person, it has so much like uncertainty, or like you don't trust them more or less, whatever. But then when it comes to as a mass, it is a different, more definable, like, oh, that's safer. It's better. It's like this, it's that. But
Like if you just compare America, right, to a Christian neighborhood to a non-religious neighborhood, a non-religious neighborhood is usually going to have more dysfunction, crime, all that.
yeah.
But that also might be because it's like it's not the Christian thing, but it's like one religion, one community. Because wasn't there like an Indian Hindu neighborhood that has really low crime rate? But it's because everyone in that community is also like one ethnic background and one yeah.
I think that's also a thing that a lot of people don't like to admit, is that like obviously the more you have in common with people, the higher the trust in that society.
Yep.
But you know, some forms of diversity don't end well in terms of like abrasiveness between cultures. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when people like to point to fucking countries that are like almost like mono-ethnic, and they're like, look at them, they're not having problems, why can't we be like them? It's like, oh, you really want to be like them? All right, then which ones are we kicking out? Me or you? Because we're all fucking
And they
starkly
don't have
different.
diversity of ethnic group, but they also don't have diversity in thought. Like a lot of those countries, you think one way and you do things one way.
Kind of like Japan.
Yeah, there's no other way. Like Americans, you have so much choice to live different lifestyles.
That's true. Yeah. And you have a choice to protest against the most widest believed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a chart just for fun. This is how much money all these churches have. Look at how Mormons are at $265 billion.
Whoa.
And then Catholic Church of Australia, $265 billion. Catholic Church in Germany, $265.62. Seventh-day Adventists have $15 billion.
Whoa.
Like, compare that, yeah.
More than the Church of England?
Why does Catholic Church in Germany say $47 to $265 billion?
No idea why that's there in that way.
It's a good estimate.
$31 billion for Tirumala Tirupati, Muhammadiyah. Church of Sweden, $11 billion.
Dude, that's crazy. Seventh-day Adventists are richer than the Church of England.
Who would have thought, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Good for them, huh?
Look at this disparity. Mormons and
Mormons
SDA.
are good with business, though.
Mormons are good with business.